Welcome to From Center Ice. My name is Courtney, and let's talk about the IceHogs. The Rockford IceHogs faced off against the Grand Rapids Griffins on Thursday, looking for their first win on the season. They finally had a new opponent. They've played Chicago 3 out of the 5 games so far. Iowa was the only other one that wasn't the Wolves or the Grand Rapids Griffins. And the first 4 games didn't really go so well for the IceHogs, so let's go over the 3 questions I had for Thursday night's game to talk about how it went. Question number 1. Can the IceHogs win a game? Nope. The IceHogs still remain completely defeated on the season. The record on the season is now 0-4-1. For those of you keeping track at home, that is not good. And at least in the last 2 games that they've played, they haven't even looked like a decent team. I don't know what happened to them when they lost to that game in Iowa, but they came back, played the Chicago Wolves, looked like crap, and then they went into Thursday night's game against the Griffins, and you think, oh, maybe they finally want to win a game? And since they're not playing the undefeated Chicago Wolves again, maybe they have a better chance at doing so. They came out slow, they came out sloppy, they came out just looking plain lazy on the ice. They were turning the puck over almost every chance that they got. They also didn't look too concerned with trying to get the puck back after they did turn it over. Whatever is going on with this team in this early season, especially these last 2 games that they played, they need to figure it out very quickly if they want any chance of doing anything this season, especially because they have back-to-back games on Monday and Tuesday against the Cleveland Monsters, a team that also hasn't won any games. They're 0-2-1, so they're technically ahead of us in the standings because they've played less games, but they do have that overtime point, just like the IceHogs. So they're not going up against a very good opponent this coming week, but with the way that they've been playing, they don't look like they can win any game. They had a 5-on-3 power play in this game on Thursday night. They didn't even get a shot off. They had 13 shots on goal all game. And going back to that 5-on-3, they were mostly just standing around, or they spent a lot of it trying to get the puck off of the boards, and we all know that they can't win board battles. That's been a thing consistently, season after season after season. Even if they don't win these next 2 games coming up to start off the week, they at least need to look like they are putting in an effort. At least move their feet and skate with the puck. They almost look hesitant or scared to make mistakes, and this is a very young team. They're inexperienced at the pro level and they aren't really used to each other yet, but they can't just be throwing it blindly to their teammates hoping that they're not the ones to mess up and that maybe their teammate will be the one to mess up instead, because that's really what it seems like they are doing. Except instead of getting their teammates the puck so that maybe they have the chance to mess up, their passes aren't going to anybody because they're not looking where they're throwing the puck. I just don't understand what they are doing or what they are trying to do or what they are being told to do. None of it makes sense. They aren't holding on to the puck too long trying to set up plays, but they also aren't getting shots at the net. Clearly, because they had 13 shots on goal in the whole game. They just plainly don't have the puck. And they're being really complacent in their own zone, not pressuring the puck carriers for the opposing team. So I don't know how they plan to get the puck and maybe generate some offense when they're just perfectly fine sitting back and letting the opponent just skate around the zone and get as many shots off at their goaltender as they please. The goaltender can only do so much. They shouldn't have to be playing at an elite level every single night just to give this team a shot to win. But it seems like that's what they're going to have to do. I hope you're prepared, Tompkins, because your teammates sure aren't helping you out any. They've had a few shot blocks here and there, but otherwise their sticks aren't in the right position to stop shots or passes. Their bodies aren't in position to do anything. They look lost, they look confused, they look like they don't know what they're supposed to do, and they're definitely not meshing on the ice yet. That last point is something we probably could have predicted going into this season, being it a team of basically all rookies. There's a few returning veterans and some guys who have had minimal pro experience, but they're basically all guys out of junior or college. So you can't expect them to just come into this season and have perfect chemistry and be lighting up the league. That's not what any of us are asking. Sure, it would be a lot of fun, but that's unrealistic at best. But these guys are officially professional hockey players now, and they look like they've just put skates on for the first time. If there was any sort of competition for roster spots, I don't know that half of these guys would make the team. And that's not even due to their skill level or what they could potentially do. It's because of what they're showing. They don't look like they want to be there. They don't look like they're hungry for any sort of success or even to get chances. They're just lazy and complacent, and it is bad hockey to watch. It's not fun as a fan. I'm sure it's not fun as the front office watching this team and thinking, what can we do to make them better? The first couple games of the season, at least they were showing something. They went 3 for 3 on their first 3 power plays of the season. They were carrying the puck. They were getting shots at the net. They were generating something. But now it's like they're completely demoralized. And yeah, not winning any games does really suck. But it's up to you to fix that. You can't just sit back and mope around because nothing's gonna change. You have to go out there, give it your best effort, and try to turn this season around. Whether they do that or not in this coming week with 4 games against Cleveland, I guess remains to be seen. At this point, if I had to put money on it, I would say that they probably lose all 4. And I hate saying that. But from what we've seen these last few games, I cannot picture this team winning a game. There was one bright spot in this last game. Alec Regula got his first professional goal. The IceHogs went 0 for 5 on the power play, but Regula's goal came about 4 seconds after one of their power plays had ended. As a defenseman, he was standing in front of the net. Chad Chris got the initial shot off. The rebound landed somewhere in Garrett Mitchell's feet. Mitchell couldn't corral it. Regula was there, grabbed the puck, and then shot it past the goaltender. And I'm pretty sure that was the only time all game where there was any IceHogs player in front of the net, and it led to a goal. Who would have thought? You have to have traffic in front of the net. Yeah, sometimes you will get just a great shot that you can laser past the goaltender with nobody screening them. But more often than not, you have to make the goaltender's job difficult. Make them work for the win, or just work for a save. But this IceHogs team is giving these goaltenders the easiest wins of their careers right now, and it is very hard to watch. So, no, they can't win a game, at least not yet. Question number 2. Can they go a game without giving up a breakaway? This one they may have actually done, or if they did give up a breakaway, it didn't lead to anything horrible, and it wasn't as bad as some of the ones we've seen in previous games so far this year. There were none that stuck out to me, so I'm gonna go with, yeah, they did. I would have to go back and rewatch the whole game to give you a 100% positive on that, but I don't hate myself that much. Question number 3. Will we see a different goaltender? Nope. And Matt Tompkins was pretty good in this game. I said in the last video that this question was nothing against him, but we've only seen 2 goaltenders play this season, being Matt Tompkins and Scott Darling. And with Scott Darling being let go from his professional tryout agreement, I thought maybe we would see one of the rookies get the net. Matt Tompkins was back in goal. He had a pretty good game, but we do have 2 back-to-backs coming up this week, so I would assume we get to see one or both of our rookie goaltenders. Or we just run Matt Tompkins completely into the ground. Not advisable. Once again, we have a game that you just want to ball up, throw in the trash can, and set it on fire. I'm sick of saying that about games this season, and I'll probably say it for a lot more. That's just the reality of this season for the IceHogs, I guess. And it's not like it's just losing a game that leads to that. You can lose a game and play very well. This is hockey. It's a game of bounces. It's a game of luck. Strange things happen. But when a team comes out and gives 0 effort when they are still looking for their first win of the season, that's one you want to set on fire. Let's put this game behind us. Let's put these first 5 games behind us. They have 2 back-to-backs this week, both against the Cleveland Monsters. It starts out with Monday and Tuesday. Those are the 2 rescheduled games from the beginning of the season. And then they go into the weekend and play Saturday and Sunday. Those were originally on the schedule. And with that team also not having won a game, maybe it's a somewhat easier opponent. Maybe this is a good time to get your first win of the season. Maybe rack up a couple of wins. You have 4 chances to get 1 win. Granted, they've had 5 chances to get 1 win so far and haven't done that, but we put those 5 behind us. Let's move on to game number 1 against the Cleveland Monsters on Monday. Here are my 3 questions. Question 1, can the IceHogs score on the power play? In each of their last 2 games, they've gone 0 for 5 on the power play. Again, for those of you keeping track at home, that is very bad. Regula did get his goal against Grand Rapids immediately after the power play had expired, but that is still not a power play goal. Thankfully, their penalty kill has been better than their power play, but you need both of them at least producing doing something. So, can they go into Monday night's game and pick up a power play goal or two? I really hope so. Question 2, can they have sustained offensive zone time? I feel like we just keep seeing the same themes over and over and over again in all of these games so far, so there's been a lot of repeat questions. But the question still stands. Instead of giving away the puck every time you touch it, can you at least hold on to it for a few seconds? Maybe successfully pass it to one of your other teammates? Maybe set up a play to get a shot at the net. That certainly would be nice. At this point, I don't even care if they get on the power play and hold the puck at the half wall like we've seen so often from both them and the Blackhawks, as long as it leads to a power play goal, going back to question number 1. But they just need to show us that they can hold on to a puck for any amount of time without giving it up immediately, or sending an errant pass to nowhere. Step number 1 for the IceHogs turning this season around is learning how to skate. Step number 2 is having the puck once in a while. Hopefully they can start that trend tomorrow night. Question 3, can the IceHogs win a game? I'm really starting to think that they can't. I don't know what kind of curse was placed on this team, but it sure feels like it has to be something. We can only hope they look a little hungrier to do anything. I'm not sure it happens, but I have to keep some sort of hope in my soul, or else it might just wither away. There's not really a whole lot to report about this Cleveland Monsters team so far. They have only played 3 games. They have a 4-way tie for their top point leader with 2 points. And it's not looking much better with the IceHogs. We have a 3-way tie with 3 points. Brad Morrison was scratched in the last game against Grand Rapids, and he still remains at the top. That is sad. When your point leader on your team is scratched for a game and they only have 3 points, and they remain at the top, you're doing something wrong. But we know they're doing a lot of things wrong. So many things. So, those are my 3 questions for this IceHogs game against the Cleveland Monsters on Monday night. How are you feeling about this team? Is there anything you've noticed over the first 5 games? Do you have any questions for them going forward? I would love to read them. Please leave them in the comments below. If you would like to hear more from me or from Center Ice, you can go to FromCenterIce.com. You can keep up with the latest podcast episodes, read game recaps, game previews for the Blackhawks. You can check out the IceHogs roster page, and all sorts of fun stuff. If you're a social media type of person, you can find our social media links in the description of this video. Go follow us on all of the things. I live tweet most games, whether it's the IceHogs or the Blackhawks, so that's fun if it's something you like to keep up with. And while you're here, subscribe to this channel for more IceHogs and Blackhawks goodness. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it, and I will catch you all after this next game. Bye, guys. Thank you all for watching. Please hit that subscribe button to catch more From Center Ice content. If you could, hit the like button on this video, maybe share it with a friend or two, and while you're here, check out the podcast playlist and catch up on some old episodes. We will catch y'all next time. Bye!